Financial Reporting Authority, that is NAFRA, Director in XBRL India, and member in UNCTAD ICR Honors Committee 2022. Under his able leadership, SRSB of ICI has taken various initiatives towards implementing measures of improving sustainability, developing assurance standards on areas related to sustainability, and initiating dialogues with government and regulators. He has addressed more than 1,000 seminars and webinars on the pertinent topics of various national and international forums. He has over 21 books published with leading publishers, including Bharat Law Publishers, LexisNexis, and Bloomsbury, etc., on accounting standards, Ind AS, IGAP, Companies Act, Revised Schedule 6. These all are to his credits. He has also published papers on the technical groups and social stock exchange boards of India. Apart from his active participation in meetings of various international standard setting forums, he is also representing ICI on South Asian Federation of Accountants, that is SAFA Task Force, on Sustainability and Working Committee on PAO Capability Building of Asian Federation of Accountants. He has also chaired the 39th UNCTAD Intergovernmental Working Group of Experts on International Standards of Accounting and Reporting. Now, I welcome Sanjeev Singhal, Chairperson.
Thank you, Navya. Thank you for your kind words. Shri Amarjit Singh ji, Dr. Balu, as we call him, and Shri Hemant Gupta ji, the three chief architects of this whole idea of social stock exchange are amidst us as our guests, as our speakers, and it's really a matter of honor for the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. There's three eminent personalities are at one platform and at one dais of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. We acknowledge your presence and we thank all the three of you, sir, for sparing your valuable time and coming for our program. Amarjit ji, we are aware how precious is your time and you traveled all the way from Mumbai to Delhi for this program. That shows your commitment towards this whole idea of social stock exchange. And Dr. Balu, of course, has been, as I said, has been the chief architect of this whole concept. And only a few days ago, he was chairing this Social Stock Exchange Advisory Committee. And Hemant Gupta ji will be spearheading it from the Mumbai Social Stock Exchange. So all the people who matter are there in front of you, to tell you about this concept and to clear your doubts on the Social Stock Exchange. As ICI, we feel privileged to be associated with this whole idea of Social Stock Exchange, which was given by the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, in her Union Budget speech in 2019. And then a technical group was formed by Security Exchange Board of India, and SEBI and Amarjit Singh ji in particular were kind enough to give representation on that to the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. And the technical group submitted its report in May 2021, and then SEBI released the framework for social stock exchange in September 2021. And then on July 25th, 2022, Security Exchange Board of India came with the issue of Capital and Disclosure Requirement, Third Amendment Regulation 2022, which talked about the formation of social stock exchange. And it defined a social stock exchange as a separate segment of a recognized stock exchange having nationwide trading terminals permitted to register not-for-profit organization and or list the securities issued by NPOs in accordance with provisions of these regulations. And Navya mentioned shares. Shares will be there for-profit social enterprises. Hunger, poverty, malnutrition, inequality, promoting education, employability, livelihoods, promoting gender equality, ensuring environmental sustainability, protection of national heritage, art and culture, training to promote rural support, supporting incubators of social enterprises, etc. So as I said, the not-for-profit organization can raise zero coupon, zero principal bonds. They can also collect money through donations through mutual fund schemes and other measures which may be specified by the Security Exchange Board of India from time to time. And for-profit social enterprise may raise funds through equity as well. The minimum requirements, I know that Hemant Gupta ji may be dealing with this in detail, so I'll not go in detail with that. but the entities must be registered in India as one of the below, either as a charitable trust or under the public trust statute of the relevant state, or a charitable trust registered under the Societies Registration Act, or a trust under the Indian Trust Act, or a Section 8 company. Of course, it should hold a valid PAN number. The age of the NPA should be minimum 3 years. It should have a registration under 12A. It should not be owned or controlled by the government. The annual spending, the minimum threshold for the past financial year is that it must be at least 50 lakhs, and funding in the past financial year should be at least 10 lakhs. The SSC will ensure an IPO document which will be called a fundraising document, and it will mention, among other things, the vision, the target segment, the strategy, governance, management, operation, finance, compliance, credibility, social impact risk. Friends, to my mind, the most important thing is the intent. The social, at least 67% primacy of social intent, as has been mentioned in the regulations also. And above all also, I believe it is our inner self. If we are a part of that NGO, we know that what cause we are serving. If our intent is good, I am sure that all of you who are representing the social sector will be able to tap the funds. And the measurement will be against the outcomes that you wanted to achieve. What you mentioned in the filing document, that is what is going to be the most important one. So please specify what you intend to achieve, what you intend to do for the society, and you will not have to face any problem. So a stock exchange does bring transparency, which is in the interest of both the NGOs as well as the donors or the investors in the social capital. Because in a zero coupon zero principle, they are not getting any return, any financial return. What they are getting is a social return in terms of upliftment of the society and the people living in that society. So that is the most important part. And if we are chartered accountant, then of course we know that what it takes for an IPO document. But for the social sector, these documents will be kept at a bare minimum. I'll not deal with the exact requirement because that may be, as I said, may be dealt by Hemanji. But there will be a disclosure of the annual impact report. For example, what you wanted to achieve and what you have been able to achieve. I give an example of Rajasthan government and how this. This is one of a good example. They wanted to promote girl education in Rajasthan. So an impact funder came. They said, if you want to achieve these objectives, if you are able to achieve these objectives, we'll give you this money as well as a return. That's a step beyond this even zero coupon zero principle, where a return is also promised. But basically there is an outcome funder, and all of us can also be outcome funder being a part of the society. For example, I run an NGO called CA Parivar, where we support 179 students who are doing CA. We support their education end to end. So intended outcome for us is that they become good chartered accountants and they are able to do well, and then they serve the society. So this is the outcome that we are looking for. But when you are raising money from public, you are duty bound to say that what you promised. For example, you may say that you will send 100 students to school. Fine, that's a good outcome that you want to achieve. And then for that purpose, you need so much funds. So you should be measured against that promise which you made to the society. And this social stock exchange will bring in those kind of requirements that, okay, in your filing document, what you are mentioning, and a